tram at that time was sitting at the top of basically a drop off because we were going down. So like it's sitting there like right on the edge, and then it just drops, and then before you get to the next pole. So at one point on that Peruvian Express, it felt like we were a good 300 feet in the air on that thing, and I was just like, like
That's
trying
true love,
not to
dude.
just. It was so
True
bad. I
love.
was, and I made it down there, and I was like, I'm alive.
I need to go wipe.
Yes, like it was so bad. You missed the good part though, Josh. I was telling Andrew that because we rode that Peruvian Express down from the top.
Never heard
And
of that. What is it?
it's a
Top of
chair.
what?
It's a chairlift from the top of Snowbird.
Oh.
So like we took the tram up to the very, very top and then walked down to that. They call it the Peruvian Express, but it's the chairlift that goes from the resort basically almost all the way to the top.
Gotcha.
So we
What's it
rode
called
it.
again?
The Peruvian Express. So we rode down, and about halfway down, there were 3 teenage boys coming up on the other side, and I had taken my hat off because I didn't want to lose anything, and I was just kind of holding it, and I was, not enjoying the ride. And they were like, "Hey, we like your hair, man. Like, what kind of shampoo do you use?" And of course, I'm like just trying to not fall off, and I'm worried about heights, so I have no comeback whatsoever. But all of a sudden, Sarah pops off with, "Your mom's." And so, like, when they asked what kind of shampoo, and so they were like, "Oh, that's and they started roasting each other and stuff. It was pretty funny. So
That is pretty good.
But anyway, how are you guys doing? Everybody good? Good. Awesome. So I started just, based on Josh's advice, recording as soon as you got in there, buddy. So
what a treat. My chair never wants to stay in the dang middle. It always wants to roll to one side. So annoying.
Did that game finish out? Yeah, that sucks. Well, now we gotta need the Dodgers to finally freaking win a game to keep us one game ahead, or otherwise the Brewers. What is with the Brewers? Like, what is going on there?
They're good.
I don't even get it, man. I don't know how they keep winning games like that. Clearly.
How good are the Royals? The next series is with the Royals.
Anyway, they're not good. They're like second worst record in their division. They're 13 under or something, 13, 15
I did see the
games
Cubs
under
have
500.
A series, I think it's maybe just a 3-game series with the Brewers in August, but then a 5-game series with the Brewers towards the end of the season or something like that. Maybe
they have a 5-game later. Like, that's crazy.
It's because they have a doubleheader because one game got rained out earlier. Am I quiet? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I've got you. Yeah, loud and clear. All right. Well, I guess I'll just get us started here. So welcome back to Brothers Trippin. We're back at home. Everybody's back at home after an epic family reunion that didn't quite result in the reunion podcast episode.
That's my
bad. No, it's mine. I should have planned better and gotten everybody who I was thinking would join us. I should have talked to them ahead of time. But anyway, so we're going to catch up on life post-reunion, and then we're going to chat about, so there's some, I don't know if you guys saw, but the NFL had some cool new helmets are coming out and stuff, so I thought we'd chat about that for a second, and then just some other fun ideas we got here, like what we've learned since starting this podcast. Thought maybe we'd chat about that for a brief second.
How to deal with fame.
Yes. I mean, all of our adoring fans, tracking us down and everything. So
yep,
gotta keep them under control, So with the reunion, other than the brouhaha, which I found out about later, didn't
with Will?
I still don't know 100% the details. Andrew was telling me a little bit of the story. So
that's how I heard.
So
I wasn't there either.
Everything all right though? All the family
they got it resolved that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just what Will and Oakley like roughhousing and got a little out of control.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pretty much. I don't know. It's always a bit of a he said.
Right.
So, but I mean, yeah, they forgot about it several minutes later, and others involved got it sorted out too.
Gotcha. The moms got it sorted out.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
So maybe it's not totally sorted out?
Oh, no, I just didn't want to throw anybody under the bus.
Gotcha. Okay. That's funny. Any other, so how'd you guys feel? Like, did you have a good time? Was it, how'd you feel about the reunion?
I thought it was good.
It's always a good time.
I don't know if like anybody wants to continue to have the reunion in St. George in the middle of summer, but I mean, it was a good time. It's just your options are very limited when you do that, So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
well, you weren't there, but they started looking at other properties in like Island Park, Idaho, or Colorado, and stuff like that. So I think they are trying to find other ones. But honestly, like there aren't tons of huge properties to fit 30 people all over the country. Like they just don't make them that big because they're harder to rent out, you know what I mean? And so there's a higher concentration in Utah because there's so many big families in Utah. So that's partly why. And I think I
Yeah.
don't mind St. George just because everything's right there. Like Bear Lake is fun, but if you want to enjoy the water, you got to pack everything up. You got to haul it down there. Then you got to deal with other people there. And then you got to pack it all up and haul it all back. And like that just gets a little old to me, but like I don't mind going there. So something's weird because I don't hear myself the way I usually do.
I think that I started it before we hit your echo cancellation button. Maybe that's it. Is that, you think so?
I don't know. I just don't hear like it's like I normally I can hear myself in the headphones. Now it's like I hear myself despite the headphones.
Well, do you want me to? I can stop it really quick and we can hit that and then we can splice it all together.
I don't really care. Either way.
Okay. All
That
right.
was weird.
I wish you could change that after it started, but I totally meant to check and I didn't because,
Okay.
that's what I do. Yeah, no, I thought the reunion was fun having missed last year's and everything. It was good to be back and see everybody and everything. And Sarah had a good time. She was a little bit overwhelmed a couple of times just because she's not used to so many people and so much noise and chaos going on all at once, having not really grown up around that too much. And but other than that, it was great. And she had a good time. She, would need a few minutes by herself every now and then and go center herself reading, or she went over and tanned early, on like Sunday at the pool. So, but she had a
Yeah,
really
I
good
get
time
it.
and she appreciated meeting everybody and all that kind of
that's good
stuff.
to
So it
hear.
was good.
That's good. We are
So,
not a quiet,
It
controlled
was on
crowd,
our
that's for
side.
sure.
yeah, that
That's what
house
I
over there on
understand.
the other side was nice. I was kind of glad we got rooms over there because it
Oh
was it
man,
was cool. The house was cooler and it was nice. So it was good.
La dee da.
What'd you think of that particular resort? I liked it.
yeah.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it more than I thought I would. I never got in the pool that was at
I
the
didn't either.
apartments. Is just too small, and but like the other one was good. I my favorite place in St. George has been the one that we did the 2 years in a row that had the pool and the pickleball court and the slide to the pool, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just a huge property. Like that one
See
was
that?
awesome.
See, we could have played wiffle
Yeah.
ball
I don't think
there.
it either like drastically went.
That backyard would
Yeah,
have been good.
Yes.
yeah, you could have. But
Yep.
I think it either went way up in price or it wasn't available or something that made it not not an option this year. So I don't know. But
That's
like the
interesting.
ones that Jessica was looking at for next year, they're all going to cost quite a fair amount more. So
Really?
yeah, everything costs more. So
Well, yeah. I mean, that is kind of how things are going, right?
yeah,
That's rough.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I thought it was a good time and we had a good time coming up to Salt Lake and everything after that. We did dinner on um Tuesday night with Steph and Lorenzo and Andrew came over and stuff, so that was nice.
cool.
And because I had never seen that house that they're in and stuff. It's a new
Yeah,
one. They're selling both their other ones, but so that was interesting to kind of go down there and see that. And then we did, let's see, over the next couple of days, we did the Harry Potter experience at the Southtown Mall because she loves Harry Potter. And I didn't know if they'd bring that to Louisville at all. So I was like, well, we're here. We might as well go. And we did that.
I think it's
And
touring the country.
yeah, I just don't know. They don't like a lot of times those kind of things don't come to Louisville for whatever reason, which is weird because I'm sure it would just be just as busy here. But like the Friends, I did a similar Friends experience with Marin in Seattle, and it never made its way to Louisville. So
Man, that Rowling, she is riding this one wave. She wrote one series of books. She hasn't done anything else. And man, she is like riding that till it's
Technically
right.
two different series.
right up.
But
It's
you're right.
baffling
I'm
how much.
Technically two different series.
What?
But
yeah.
What? It's two different series. The Fantastic Beasts.
Two
You're
different
talking about.
series.
You're talking. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Nobody
No,
talks about
but she
that.
wrote
Nobody
it.
cares about that, though. I mean, everything that. Yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. I haven't read any
Yeah.
of them.
Like at all, none of them. Harry
Yeah.
Potter, nothing.
So,
No,
like,
I think I read the first three.
never read any of the books. It just does not. I mean, like, I don't know, dude. Yeah, I'll like watch guys with lightsabers, but like kids with wands playing wizard is just a little weird to me. Like it's just not as interesting. I even have a hard time sitting through the movies. I'm just like, I want to friggin' punch Ron Weasley every time he talks because he just comes off as this scared, whiny little boy. And I'm like, dude, like toughen up, man. Like what the crap, you friggin' weirdo. I mean, I
that's
get it's a
hilarious.
character, right? Like
Yes.
he's playing the correct character. I don't know. Just for whatever reason, I've never been able to get into it.
Like I've seen parts of it. I don't think I've watched any. I've watched like the first movie all the way through at some point, and I don't think other than that I've watched all the movies. I don't,
It's
you know,
almost
I
like
haven't seen
if
them
you
all.
like them, you're
And
almost obsessed with them. People who like them, it's
yes,
it's really just it's an obsession with like 90% of the people that I know that like it.
yeah. The exhibition thing was kind of cool. They had a lot of neat stuff in there, but they didn't cover, like, for instance, Hagrid had a small section, but that was it. And then they didn't even mention Dobby in it and stuff. And like my understanding is he's a very important character. So
What kind of touring
I would have asked
right?
company is this?
But it was still
Did they have the Sorting Hat?
it was still good. I mean, we had a good time. Yes.
Did
And
you buy a wand?
I did not. Nor did they sell them. Well, I guess they sold some. I don't know. They didn't. They had a whole room that had like a bunch of different wands in it, and they had like a small, like they showed you on the computer screen, but then they had like this 8 foot tall replica of it that was standing next to the little station where they talked about them. So that was interesting.
Apparently,
I think interesting's the right.
apparently the new Harry Potter ride in Universal Studios Florida is like super next level.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? Which
new
one?
in Florida? The new Universal Studios. Yeah.
Oh, an Epic Universe. So, did they create a new Harry Potter ride for that? I thought
No,
that
it's
it was
different.
just the. I thought it was a whole different like. Because we were just there in
It just
January, and there wasn't a new Harry Potter ride being built.
well, you could look it up. It's like a whole part of that Epic Universe is Harry Potter world. There's like 4 or 5 different parts to the new park, and one of them's Harry Potter. One of them's like monsters and villains.
Well, I mean, I think
There's How to Train Your Dragon. There's like a Mario World. It's like
Harry.
yeah,
The Battle
it's
at the
different
Ministry
than the
is
one
what it's
in
called.
California, which is incredible.
Interesting.
When we went to Universal in January, I couldn't go on the Velocicoaster because it's all a magnetized ride, and they won't allow people with a
the Jurassic Park one
to go on it. So I couldn't go on that.
Yeah,
The Velociraptor ride, the Velocicoaster. Yeah, so I didn't get to go on that, but everybody else did. Like they have actual like people at the front of the line, and then they have another section at the end of the line where you have to pass through a metal detector again and stuff like that. And I of course set it off, and they wouldn't let me go. And but I did get to go on the like Hagrid's ride with the motorcycle. That's a fun ride. That was really cool. But yeah, like it's just hard for me to get into that kind of stuff. Like it's interesting, but like Universal just does not hold the same attraction to me as Disney has, and now even Disney is kind of like.
You know what I thought was interesting, and not to go off on this tangent nostalgia, too far, but the new Mario World was my kid's favorite part of the entire trip. Like out of Disney, Universal, everything. The new Mario, it was so fun. No, it was just kind of fun.
In Florida. Yeah, that part does look awesome. I want to check that out.
Incredible, incredible. We went
on
on that. We went on that new. Huh? Yeah, it was late at night, and we just kept going. They're like,
that's
awesome. You guys want to stay on? Go again. Yeah, like the technology is just insane.
Wow. That's awesome. Have you seen that? Like at Epic Universe in Florida, they'll have like dragons flying around the park that are made out of drones, but they're like flapping their wings, and they just. I mean, like, yeah, you could see them testing it while we were there, and like, just like, holy freaking crap! Like, there's videos of it, and now it's, as far as I know, it's all like started being implemented. Wow. But I mean, it's like that drone technology is pretty cool. That you like add a whole new like level or layer to the experience.
Kind of surprised they haven't done something like that in Star Wars land.
Yeah, that's definitely on her list for me to take her to the Harry Potter thing. And I would love to do is that in California, Star Wars stuff? The Star Wars land? Oh, it's a both. Cool. Because I'd love
Galaxy's
to check that
Edge,
out.
Aaron.
My bad.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. What did you think of it,
Galaxy's
Andrew?
Edge?
Oh, yeah. What did you think of Galaxy's Edge?
It's like walking into a Star Wars universe.
But I mean, like the rides.
The Rise of the Resistance.
That's wild.
I mean, like, what do you think of the rides?
There's just no other way to describe it. My favorite ride of all time ever. It's just the storytelling, the whole part of it was just.
Is it like
I don't know. You can watch the whole thing. Just go to YouTube and you can watch. You can watch the ride.
It's not like a thrill ride, like a roller coaster. It's an experience.
You're on like the seats that have like the
that's the
haptics
Millennium
and stuff
Falcon one,
and like
so the Millennium Falcon, whatever Smuggler's Run thing,
and that sucks.
Is totally different. Totally different. Yeah, the Rise of the
You want to go and barf? Go.
I didn't think it was that bad. The Rise of the Resistance. You're actually, it's a role play thing. You get shuffled into this room with people in your group, and then all of a sudden you are like in the movie. So you're playing a part in the movie, and then you jump onto these
holy cow.
They're not droids. They're just these little cart things that take you around. But then there's actually a couple not different storylines, but
you're trying to escape.
It's not the same ride twice. Typically, there's different parts in the ride that will be different. Have different outcomes depending on which one you go on. But yeah, no, I think it's pretty amazing, to be honest.
Right,
that whole section. Park.
That sounds amazing. Actually.
And it the technology on how did they do that kind of thing is pretty freaking cool.
Right. That's wild. Yeah, I haven't been to an amusement park or anything other than Dollywood. I did that last year and that was it. And it's awesome. Like it was fun. It was a great time, but it's a totally different experience, right? Like it's not anything like Disney or whatever they've got going on. So I'd love to go down, and it's only like a 9-hour or 8-hour drive down to Florida to get to get there. So that's one that I definitely need to put on the old calendar and just make it happen. That'd be fun. So it sounds amazing. And, if we could do both Harry Potter for her and Star Wars for me, it sounds like it'd be a blast. So it'd be awesome. So
yeah, they're crazy expensive. The price changes depending on when you go.
Right.
If you went in like late February or like late January, you'll have smaller crowds and you'll have cheaper prices.
Or I think the fall.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Maybe I'll talk to Braden and Taylor and see if they'd want to go down there, like that early and take the kids and, I mean, who knows? That'd be a fun trip. Well, that's awesome. Any final notes or anything about the trip, the reunion, anything you guys have come up? Any thoughts? Nope.
Not at all regarding.
No worries. I don't know if you guys will have seen this. It's mostly me that pays attention to this because I have all my social media set up to catch it or whatever. There's a bunch of new stuff coming out this year, new uniforms. The team started announcing them like last month, and then they usually run through August telling people about their new stuff. And so right now we know that the Saints, the Chargers, the Commanders, the Bucks, and the Steelers have all released new uniforms and helmets and stuff. And the NFL's doing this rivalries thing this year, and they're starting it this year. So it's kind of like, how the Major League Baseball's done the city stuff, right? Like Wrigleyville and things like Nike's come out with those uniforms and things, the alternate stuff that they've done. So the NFL is going to start doing that this next season. So there's some cool stuff coming with that. The Saints are now going to have like a white helmet with the fleur-de-lis on it and a gold face mask.
I believe
the Chargers
fleur-de-lis.
My bad.
I don't know if that's actually true or not.
No, I'm sure you're correct, but yeah. And then there's the Chargers are bringing back their really dark navy blues. They're going to go like all navy uniform with the navy helmet and stuff. And then the Bucks are wearing their like original, the Bucko Bruce, creamsicle look and
Aren't
stuff.
they
So
just going back to that whole uniform?
yeah, yeah. I mean, they've kind of been wearing something similar, but I guess this one's different in that it's like all the exact details from like the 70s.
Every freaking time.
Maybe I need to send him a couple of bucks a month to upgrade his internet.
Jeez, something.
That's hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, they're doing that.
These, why doesn't the NFL ever just go for it like college teams do? And because I swear it seems like most cases of the NFL changing it up, and it's really like they just reverse some colors or
Mhm.
something like that. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at the Lions one from 2024 where it was like the blue helmet and the black lion. Like, that's cool and I like it, but do something crazy like some of the
Right.
teams in college have done. It seems like the craziest one that's way out there was the Seahawks with adding in the neon green when they finally added that in. That was like the most drastic and edgy kind of use of colors in the, you know what I mean? Like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not doing an alternate with the Buccaneers. You're just going back to what they had, which
Right.
it's cool, but it's not anything new and exciting. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't know,
Well,
man.
for
It's
one,
just
there's the
stupid.
NFL fan base is a very interesting fan base because I've learned this over the years. They are very much stuck on like throwback stuff. They love throwbacks. There is no fan base on the planet that loves throwbacks like the NFL fan base, and it's weird. And so, the NFL does make a distinction. Like the alternate thing that they're doing with the rivalry stuff this year will be different. That's not what the Tampa Bay thing is. They specifically are saying this is our throwback uniform. And so for a lot of teams, they have an alternate, they have a throwback, they have their modern, and they're starting to actually finally loosen the grip on that. Like you used to have to, in order to introduce a new uniform for the NFL, you used to have to commit to having that uniform alone for like 5 years, and then you could make a change. And so now they're
What's
starting
the
to
point?
just,
Why?
I don't know. I don't know, like, uniformity. I mean, that is one of the things the NFL really cares about is uniformity. That's why they sue guys for wearing shoes that aren't the right color, or not sue them, but they fine them, or wearing socks that aren't, exact or whatever. So the NFL is
That's
very much
dumb.
about uniformity, but they are getting better. And I think these rivalry uniforms, the same thing that Major League Baseball was doing. I think we'll see some cool designs, come from that. And so I'm hopeful, college teams, of course, are still doing whatever they feel like coming up with. Although we have seen teams, I think, kind of tone it down. There's a lot of teams who are now back to doing like one or two alternate looks in a year versus like Oregon doing a different look every week, which they still basically do. Although Oregon is recycling looks from the last few years. So, they're toning it down a little bit in that they're not introducing 13 new looks every season.
What I don't think
So
that they have to I mean, one or two is fine. Even just one a year for the NFL is fine if it's just something new and
right.
kind of crazy. It doesn't have to be every week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that level of control is really stupid, I don't know. I like traditional things most of the time. I don't always love it when Nebraska comes up with a alternate uniform because so far I haven't really found one that I thought was super cool because they all try to stick to the block end on the helmet. If you come up with something completely different and then
Right.
it's like you're trying to create an alternate uniform that is mostly the
Basically
same.
the same.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm looking at these ones for 2025, and I'm like, well, those all look freaking boring. They're the same design. They've just changed the color scheme. How stupid.
Right.
All
Right.
you've done is
For who,
hit a
Josh?
different
For
palette.
who?
Well, I'm looking at the
For who?
Chargers, the Steelers, the Saints, the Browns. They're boring as F. They're not, it's still the same logo and design. All they've done is change the palette.
Right.
And it's like,
Right.
well, I mean, that's neato, but what's there to get excited about with that?
Yeah.
How are you going to change that? You could create entirely new apparel lines based on having something cool in there and totally, it doesn't have to be even totally different, just something totally unique that still fits the theme of the team. The Steelers, why wouldn't you have something to do with some, ripped steel worker?
Right.
I don't know, put a smelting plant on the helmet. I don't know.
Is
Yeah,
that?
something like, but
Yeah,
something along that
Purdue.
same idea, where they like emphasize
Yeah.
and they put the train tracks down the middle. Like
Mhm.
Yeah, the
that's
train
freaking
tracks. Yeah.
cool and
Yeah, that
unique
was a cool stripe.
for a team. I don't know, stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's like, why don't you're not going to turn
I
people
think
away with
as
that?
with most things, I think the NFL's like in terms of that kind of innovation, they're going to be like last. The interesting thing that I've thought about is, and you've probably seen this too, Josh, is as you and Will have gotten more into soccer. Soccer teams will wear whatever colors they want. Like it is bonkers to me. Like the soccer team, their official colors could be like here locally, Lou City, their official colors are purple and white or whatever, and you see them in green. You'll see the women's team in like mint green and stuff, and you're like, what are we doing right now and stuff. But to your point, like if NFL was allowed themselves to be more progressive and open, they could come up with all sorts of stuff if they just allowed teams to say, hey, celebrate something that is like, think about the Dallas Cowboys. You go create something that's Dallas, you know what I mean? And maybe that takes them completely away from the silver and blue. But then the problem becomes that your main cowboy fan base would freak the heck out by having something that wasn't those colors, and that what you know what I mean, they love the
Why?
throwback.
For one game a year? Why? You're not going to lose them as fans. Who the F
No,
cares? If
I
anything,
agree.
you might actually expand
You
a
might
fan.
pick up,
Like
yeah,
you
you
might,
might pick up.
yeah,
Dude, I am totally with you on this. Like, I'm fine with it. I think NFL fans get way too, like, don't do anything, and Nebraska fans are the same way. Like,
for sure.
to your point on the Nebraska uniform, I didn't like the big N on the black uniform or the red uniform. I didn't like that one. But the one they wore at Northwestern a few years back, that was the white helmet with the silver chrome face mask and the red chrome decals, that uniform was sick. I love that one. I think it was 2016, maybe, if you wanted to try and look it up.
Oh, geez.
First Northwestern, but it was sick, and that one I loved. And the other one that I really liked is they've tried to incorporate black like several times, and one time they did it where the face mask was black and the stripe was black, but the ends were still red and the chin strap was red, and I didn't like that. It was a very weird look when they went all black. And in terms of, yeah, that I don't know if that's the one. Is that 2016? Oh,
That says 2024, but there's two different.
we didn't
It
have
can't
an
be right.
alternate unit. They didn't have an alternate uniform last year, but the
Yeah, the 2016s are pretty clean.
is that the Northwestern one?
It's like the all white with the red letter and almost like the silver foil stripes.
Yeah.
Shoulder pads.
Yes,
Black
that
visor,
one.
silver chrome face mask. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yes, that's my favorite alternate that they've worn. That uniform was clean, and I thought it looked great. There was one of the uniforms where they went with black face mask, black ends, black stripe, and a black chin strap. That was a dope looking helmet as well. Like, I like that one. So those were my two that I liked the most. They did the throwback with the NU on it. That was okay.
Yeah. See,
It wasn't my favorite, but but if somebody if you guys were talking to, say, the 49ers, since that's y'all's team, like, what would you tell the 49ers to do? Because they don't do a whole lot with their helmet. They haven't done, or their uniforms. They have
Nothing.
been
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
relatively,
about too. Boring. Traditional. I mean, tradition is great. Like, I like it, but like, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Andrew? I keep talking. I don't necessarily know. Pile of gold.
What is it when you have either, is it like two shades of very, very similar color? Is it monochrome or something, or monochromatic or something?
Monochrome is
I
one.
think, well, but there's like
You mean like a gradient where it transitions from one to the other?
not like, well, I don't know. I
No,
like
but you'd
I
be
like the
talking like a
monochromatic
lighter.
design of like uniforms where you've got, like, if you're gonna do it, don't try to put in like weird looking trim on the numbers, the shoulder pads or whatever. I really like the solid colors of either, like, having the pants and the jersey match. You can have a different color for the numbers or whatever, but I think it'd be awesome to have either, like, I don't know, just a blackout Niners with maybe, I don't know, red colors or gold red numbers or gold numbers, or I don't know.
What would you think of
Literally almost anything.
like a red helmet and a red uniform? So like a satin red, almost like a Utah red almost, and then put the SF in gold on there somehow or something like that.
I mean, I'm sure you could make something really, that looks really good, that pops. Just, I don't know. They just won't do it. I'm sure there's a million designs out there that would look great, but can't even find an alternate like hat for the Niners.
Right.
I think you have a black one, don't you?
That one looks good.
But
I like that one.
Yeah, there's tons of color combos they could try.
But they keep the logo the same,
yeah.
When Boise State changed their logo from the Bronco to the huge horse head on it,
to the big
I thought
Bronco.
That was so cool. Like changing up your logo a bit like that I think is super cool.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I've always disliked. I don't like colors that seem unclean. Like the maroon, it's not red and it's not brown. It's like this in between color. And the same with the gold.
Yeah.
It's like it's not tan. It's not. And it's like a flat gold color. Like how do you do with that? You know what I mean? So like I never loved that look. I like the team because of the team and not because of the color scheme. But like it's hard to change that. And honestly, if I were to redo their uniforms, I would make the colors more definitive that way rather than feeling like they're in between colors. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I would also change up the logo to where it's not letters. It's something. It's an image. It's some sort of character or something related to 49ers. I mean, like their mascot is super cool. I've thought this with there are hats for Nebraska with Herbie Husker where he's got still got the big cowboy hat on. You could put that on the side of a helmet.
I know. I
pretty
think
cool. Like
I think Herbie'd be awesome.
Similar. Like, did you guys ever see the Saturday Night Live skits where Will Ferrell plays Gus Chiggins? Gus Chiggins, and he's dressed like an old-time miner, and he's in a modern military unit.
That's hilarious.
It's so stupid and funny. If you ever Google Gus Chiggins, it is freaking funny. But if you put like an old-time miner on in the helmet, I mean, somehow UTEP figured out how to make a pretty cool-looking helmet.
Right? Yeah,
UTEP's
got some pretty solid looks at times. I like their big pickaxe they do a couple of times. You know, it's pretty cool.
The Niners have this on some of their hats. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's not even. Can you even see that it's a 4 and a 9?
Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes, yeah.
But I didn't think that's ugly. There's nothing. There's no alternate designs for the Niners at all.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some looks that would be better and everything. So it'd be kind of cool if they came up, with some different stuff especially for some of the more stodgy teams that don't do anything. Like what's crazy is Notre Dame is married to that gold helmet, but even Notre Dame has had some pretty sick helmets. And I hate to say that as a guy who hates Notre Dame. They have for their I forget what they call it. Like every year they play a game and it's their one game where they wear that alternate look. And they had one year where it was navy blue on one side, chrome gold on the other, and on the navy blue side was the leprechaun. It was kind of awesome. It was really cool. And then they've had some other really gold ones where they've put, the 4-leaf clover on there and, stuff like that. So they've done some fun stuff, and they again, they only keep it to one game a year, which is fine. Do that. And then, go the rest of the year traditional. I'm good with it, but give me an alternate look. That's fun. That's different. That's like you said, Josh, not just a flip of the colors. I mean, all of right now, the Broncos, all of their stuff is the same things. It's just changed to the color palette. Like they have either the D with the Bronco in it, or they have the new Bronco, but they've got white helmets and they've got orange helmets and they've got blue helmets, and it's the same, but it's the same logo and the colors are just inverted. It's just switched around. So, it'd be nice if they did some more crazy stuff. So, but now
Everybody
that we've
just needs to take lessons from the military academies because they come up with some freaking sick uniforms.
Yeah. And they do it mostly just for their rivalry games. So it's like the game against, when Air Force is playing Navy or Army, or Army's playing, and they keep it in there. But they come up with some amazing ideas, and it stuff starts like a whole year ahead. So whatever they're going to wear this fall, they were thinking about it and designing it last year, So, which is awesome. Like, put in that kind of work. I haven't heard. Have you guys heard if Nebraska's doing anything this year? Because
I don't think so. I think they talked about it, and I think Rule just.
Well, last year he said they weren't doing anything because of exactly that reason, that they have to start, working on something a year ahead. And so they hadn't gotten anything going, with because of the whole AD change and, all that kind of stuff going on. So all the people who needed to be involved weren't there to have their say or whatever. And so supposedly we were supposed to be getting something. I still kind of holding out hope that maybe they're going to do something, but hopefully it doesn't suck. I want them to come up with something cool. I mean, you've got the like Script Huskers logo. You've got Herbie. You've got things you can use, man. Like put something on there and do something different.
I mean, the fact that they haven't made a sick black shirt. I know they did it on the jerseys one year when they did the black shirt alternate, but like the skull and bones.
Yeah, the skull and bones
look freaking sick. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I don't know if this is real or not, but maybe this guy, whoever this is, just created this on his own. But I just Googled it, and they've got, it says 2025, but I don't think that's actually real. I think maybe that's just this guy's.
Yeah, that's
whoever the creator.
There's a bunch of guys out there who do a bunch of graphic design stuff, and they create these looks, and the schools will never use them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sucks. There's some good ideas too. Like you can see some really cool stuff, but yeah, I don't know that that's anything from the university. It's probably just a guy doing it.
Yeah, I think somebody just used AI to create it. It looks like that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
We're not journalists, so we can't be held to the same standard.
Most definitely not. But for all those,
kind of cool. Like that's kind of cool,
right?
I don't love the N on the front of the jersey, but
no, but the helmet, that's
like black and gold on the helmet.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Maybe.
And I've always thought like Nebraska, like I know blue hasn't really been in their color, but like you could do something red, white, and blue if you wanted. That does look good. Like come up with something.
They did do that one year. And
but
it was like trim.
Yeah, it was just the outline around the number to indicate something. And it was so thin, you could barely even tell that they had it. So it was like, it wasn't on the helmet. It wasn't, you could do something fun with that. If you did like, you had a white shell and a blue face mask and then your red decals, that might be interesting. Like, I know it's just the face mask that's the change, but that would be, and you could flip those colors around. I don't know. I just feel like if you wanted to do something patriotic for, like something America, like with Nebraska, you could come up with something, but they've never explored that. So they've always gone black if they've added another color.
Have you guys seen that new corn stalk logo that they're putting on some hats, some Cornhusker hats?
No. Where would you see it? That sounds cool.
You need to see it. That would actually be super freaking dope on the side of a helmet. So it actually looks pretty cool.
Google AI is saying there's no information about new Nebraska uniforms for 2025. Nebraska's head coach Matt Rule has stated that there are no alternate uniforms planned for 2025, according to Sports Illustrated. The team typically begins the process for alternate uniforms 2 years before they are used.
Well, to go with your cornstalk idea, Andy, have you guys seen the North Dakota State helmet they have that's like a matte green, and then the stripe is actually a thing of wheat. So there's a wheat thing that goes up. See, you could do something like that. That would be awesome on their helmet. Like that'd be a different idea. Like I'm totally good with that. But it'd be cool if they created a stripe that was like a corn stalk with the corn coming off that went up through that'd be like go John Deere.
Somebody created one based on, I guess, BYU's.
Nice. That's funny. It doesn't actually even look that bad. But what if you went like John Deere, right? Like you had a green helmet, you put like the corn going up in like the yellow, and then the ends in yellow on the side or something, and so the helmet's green, and then the face mask is yellow, and then the uniform, like go full John Deere on that thing. And
so you've got Adidas, which is like one of the most conservative,
right? No, I know,
apparel companies, and
uncreative.
Nebraska, and then Nebraska, which is super traditional.
I know. You'll never get that, but I think it'd be so awesome.
Do some crazy alternate spring
Yeah, do something then. Like, just test it out and see what people
Yeah,
think. Like,
exactly.
it'd be fun. Anyway, I don't know. It's
Although they
crazy.
didn't even have a spring game this year, so
That's true.
that was a
But
bum.
Well, in any case, for all these, helmets that are coming out, the new alternate helmets, you can always check them out at HelmetNation, which is a veteran-owned small business that offers all the officially licensed NFL and NCAA helmets for minis, replicas, and full-size authentics. And as soon as they are released, Helmet Nation will have them on the site, and so you can get them there. So whether you're a fan or a coach or a collector, Helmet Nation's got you covered. So check them out at helmetnation.com.
You can also create your own based on whatever
Exactly.
design you want to create.
Exactly.
You know what I never understood is why doesn't anybody ever use the back of the helmet?
Well, that's a good question
Right
because
there?
you see where the ridge is at on the back there.
This one?
Yeah, right down there below that ridge. There were high school teams that were using that, so they would take their say they were the I don't know Trojans or something. They would create a big Trojans and put it across the back there and things like that. But it was mostly on the younger level, so like high schools and youth teams that were doing that. You can still get them. Like I can still get the decals made, but not as many people use it. And I think it would be cool. Like you've got a lot of space. Columbia University does a cool thing where along the bottom of the back of the helmet, it's the New York City skyline.
Dang.
Yeah, it's really cool.
You could put like a row of corn.
Exactly.
Bottom
You
back.
could put a row of corn on your green John Deere helmet.
Or like a row of combines.
That would be cool, right? Like put a combine right back there. That'd be awesome. I'd be down to see that. Or a big tractor, like at least one of your big, huge, tractors out there and stuff. That'd be awesome. So, do you guys want to chat about this? Like what we've learned since we started the podcast? Like what are you guys so for instance, like what's been surprising, what's been difficult, what's your favorite part so far, like or favorite moment or segment that you've done, things like that. Any thoughts?
I think it's just fun having the banter back and forth, like being able to chat more since we don't get to see each other very often. It's fun to just kind of get your guys' viewpoints on different things that, we never really get a chance to talk about much other than just texting back and forth.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, like anything specific that I've learned in the podcast. You mean like about each other or just doing the podcast?
Just doing the podcast, I think, is what the question is meant to.
Some life lessons.
I mean, keeping you connected seems to be like one of the issues that we've struggled with.
Yeah.
So, but the technical part of it has been interesting. Like for me, like doing the whole, upload and editing and stuff has been fascinating, learning how to do that.
I think it's been much harder to come up with interesting content. Like content creation is much harder than I thought it would be. Podcasts that are consistent podcasts, they'll have an actual theme, like they'll have a theme around what their show is about.
Right.
We don't really have that. That makes it really hard I guess it just makes me appreciate some of the other podcasts that are in there and all of the actual work and research that goes into creating those shows. I mean, it's not easy.
No. And I mean, I'm more, like through this whole learning process, like I'm definitely open to like if we want to discuss narrowing down our topics so that we can like, really, kind of narrow in on things. But I think what I enjoy is that sometimes we'll just go off on a tangent and about whatever, like for instance, we had no plans on discussing, the Star Wars stuff today or anything like that. And so that's something that I found really interesting and I enjoyed that. And then like, I don't know, I've enjoyed all the kind of stuff. And like you, Andrew, I've enjoyed just keeping, cause like, even though we text all the time, I feel like this allows us like every couple of weeks to like have a larger conversation and be able to expand on some of the things that we text about and everything. So I like that a lot. I think the thing I learned this past week is that if we are going to do something more on location, I need to be like, if I'm going to be the guy who's the host or whatever, I really need to do a better job of like really saying, okay, this is what we're going to do and we're going to do it then instead of sort of like trying to fly by the seat of my pants and just make it happen when I'm there. Like, I think if I had taken a little bit more time proactively to say, hey, Sam, do you want to be on the podcast with us for 10 minutes? And we're going to toss some questions at you or, hey, Will or Heidi or, whoever else that was there at the reunion that we could have gotten to jump on with us. Like if I had just said to him, hey, we really want to do this and kind of here's what, this is going to look like. And then said, we're going to do it at this time. And then, not let sort of the whole ebb and flow of the day, kind of push it, push the podcast around, it would have happened. You know what I mean? Like if I'd have been a bit more proactive. So
well, I think some of the technology on that though plays a factor too, because you can't all be in the same room, which makes it harder as well. At least I don't think you can. Right?
Sure. I mean, I was planning on us just sitting around the table together.
I know, but wouldn't you have feedback? Because we'd all be able to hear each other and everything. You know what I mean? Like technology wise, I think you would have feedback.
You might be right. So that is something that maybe,
because we should figure that out for
if that's the case, then like how do like the guys on the busing do it? Because they're all
switched into a gigantic master soundboard.
Okay. So maybe that's like if we had like a smaller soundboard or something, maybe that would help.
I should check into maybe that. Yeah, because it would be fun. Like I have these lapel mics, and I would like to we could even just cast as we're walking around Lincoln or whatever on our trip. Like that would be fun. Or we could have a segment where we're going shopping for souvenirs or for apparel and be able to I don't know, fans. What do you think of this?
Right. Yeah, no, that'd be fun. I'll definitely do a little bit more. And
just on the phones. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like the camera, I mean, like, because there's apps, but yeah.
No, I'm with you, and I think we can even use Riverside on the phone to do it. So
yeah, it doesn't work as crisp though. It seems like I could be wrong, but I tried it with an iPad and I couldn't get it to.
Was it a newer iPad or an older one?
That's a good question. I don't remember. I think newish.
I mean, sometimes the technology is.
Sorry, it's the outlets that it has on the iPad. So like the iPad didn't have the smaller version of this.
The Lightning. That okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah. That's what the mics require.
Right. Well, does your
the headphones? No, it's the headphones that require that.
Yes,
because they go into the mic.
But if you're using like the lapel mics that use the lapel mics, you don't usually use headphones with that. Like a lot of people record. Right. That's more like just doing like we're just going to record a video and then kind of upload it kind of thing. So I think we can figure it out. That'd be fun. And I definitely will do a little bit more research to figure it out because I'd like to do something at, in Lincoln when we're there. I think that'd be a blast.
That'd be really cool.
So, so I'll definitely do a little bit of working on that over the next month or so, try to figure that out so that we can be prepped for it and everything in case we need like equipment or something that I'll get and everything. Because I don't think it'll be much. Like just having the lapel stuff, I think will be a huge thing. Like the ones that I have, you like plug the receiver into the phone, and then you keep the thing on the lapel, and then or you can hold the little small thing and just use it that way. So then you've got the phones picking it up from wherever you set the phone down at, or whoever's holding it, and So, but I'll look into that and see what else we need to make that happen.
I bought this doohickey to film Will's games, and you can set the phone in it. So if you, let's see, oh dear, what's happening right now? It comes with an app. What the heck? So it comes with a hook and an app, and you connect it, and it will, based on the app on the phone, it will follow. You just hold the handle still, and it will follow them. Like I realize I just sound like I'm really like sounding like a boomer right now with how incompetent I sound. Anyway, it's cool, and I was using it as like a cheap alternative to the $2,000 field camera systems that they have to track the game, and it actually works really good. I just set it down on the sideline, and I mean this thing was like $60, and it could track him from 25, 30 yards away when he was playing.
It's like
goal.
One of those gimbal things, right, where it locks on his face and just follows him and stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, those things are awesome. I think that might be something that could be useful. Like if we did something in Lincoln, like we could use that, and I think we can definitely record something. So maybe not even on here, but if we record something, we can definitely edit it and make it usable for put it out and stuff. So that'd be fun. I think it'd be a blast. So, but yeah, I've had a lot of fun doing this. So I've been enjoying it, and I think it would have been fun because that's the other thing. Like, at the reunion, it would have been fun to like come up with some questions and then just ask those questions to the people that we got to talk to us. And I think we would have gotten some very interesting material out of that and stuff. So, lesson learned. That just need to be more proactive planning it so that it comes off rather than kind of hoping it'll all fall into place.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that we could do is I've got an extra mic and headphones now. Like, we could just mail it to one of the like Steph or Jess or somebody else and just say, hey, hop on for this show, and then have them send it off to the next person. And, hey, hop on with us this next show or something.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. And I think we should do that. Like, I think that'd be, and that can be something that we bring on, friends or other people that we know too. Like if we have, cause like with you, like, I've got the extra, mic and headphones and stuff. So if we just send it to them and everything and just get them, cause all they got to do is get on the link and then they can come in and, join the party. So I think it'd be a lot of fun to start having some guests on the show. Do you guys want to try and have a guest with somebody like the next time we have a show? Do you guys want to try and get someone on?
Yeah.
If they're interesting.
I'm just kidding.
If they're interesting.
But slightly less interesting than us.
Well, sure.
You don't want them to steal a show, obviously.
You know what I could do is I could talk to either Aaron or Braden and see if they want to join us. Since they're right here locally, we could start like that. And then that way I could make sure they're all ready to go and set up and see if they want to do it.
I think that'd be cool.
Would that be all right? Cool. All right. Yeah. I'll talk to them and see about, getting them on with us and seeing what they think and everything. So, and we'll just come up with some questions and stuff. Could be fun to have them both on. And
we could do a
brothers talking to brothers.
There you go.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
We could do a NFL preseason show with them.
Well, that'd be awesome. Like we're all in the fantasy league too. Like we could do something, we could get fantasy. Like Braden and stuff on there. We could talk fantasy stuff. Yeah. That'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be awesome. Josh might want some help after last year's season.
Did I finish second to last again or dead last?
I don't remember. I know I didn't finish.
I hate fantasy football, man. I hate it.
Are you out this year, Josh, or are you still going to do it?
I have to think.
He's on the fence. He's on the fence.
It causes anxiety. Like, even if you do well, you can still suck. Like, you can still be like, well, if I had played these guys, I would have done even better. I'm just lucky the other guy I played also is very bad at picking things. It's like, it's not that you're, I don't know. And it just depends on who you play from week to week. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can have an incredible game and still lose because somehow
167.
Yes. And if you had played anybody else, you'd have been just fine.
Yep.
That's the beauty of it.
No, I hate it.
Yes.
It's the uncertainty of it all that just drives me bonkers.
Well, because you could be the other person. You could be the one that wins.
It's true. It's true. That's probably what they're thinking. If I was the 167 and they're the 165, that's exactly what they're thinking. You know what I mean? But what I really need is a league where you can only draft one person per position, because that analysis, you guys are all frozen. Is that me?
Are you frozen? I'm not frozen.
You both are just either very still and learned how to talk like a ventriloquist. Oh, there you go. Okay. Aspect. Yeah. Like the fact that I have options,
some alternate, some different rules. Maybe we could look into some kind of alternate.
Yeah, now you froze again.
We could create our own, find our own league and create our find our own platform and create our own league.
Well, I know that there's leagues that have some really kind of out there rules. Some that use a different point system or different points for defense.
Yeah.
What's the one where it's like a survival league or something?
Dynasty? Are you talking about Dynasty?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked
Dynasty
into them that much.
Dynasty is where you keep the same players year to year, and then you draft rookies, you make trades and stuff. You keep your core team year to year.
But you've also got a budget, dynasty, don't you?
Yeah, something like that. There's Dynasty is a whole thing. I don't even know how they do that and everything, and they do stuff year round. Too many options. So it's kind of crazy. But
I need it where it's just one person. You only get to draft one person per position, and you don't sit there stewing all week long about, should I play this guy or this guy? That's where I lose my
But your
freaking
problem
mind.
comes in eventually your players have a bye.
Yeah, fine. So you get to pick up somebody during that week.
So you get to pick up one player to fill that role, and then they has to go back. Like you have to get rid of him. Like what if you wanted to keep him and then keep the guy on your bench who's had a bye week? You want to keep find a guy and you're like,
you can only draft starters. They're either classified immediately, like your initial draft of all positions is your given starters, and then in the later rounds they count as subs. And so they can only go in if your starters have a bye week. And you get I don't know. I just the fact that I have options creates so much anxiety for not the actual anxiety, but just the back and forth, second guessing of myself.
Go, dude.
I hate it.
You got to just make your decision and just let it go.
Yeah, that sucks. I can't do that. I suffer from a crippling case of paralysis by analysis in almost everything in my life. And so to have this, what's supposed to be fun, create just one more area where that exists for me, the indecision, man, it just kills me.
Well, Aaron, we also got to have something. We got to have something on the line here, man. We have nothing we play for.
You know what? That's Andrew or Brayden and I were talking about that. We'll put something on the line. I'll talk to him this year, and we'll make sure that there's something on the line this year for sure. And you know what? It was funny because last year, in Brayden's league, I did not do well. But he asked me at the last minute to jump in on a draft for his hockey team. So the hockey team wanted to do it, and they ended up having 12 dudes in this league. And somehow, in my first two picks, I got Saquon Barkley and Jahmyr Gibbs and then rode them to the championship. I'd never won anything in my life, but they were – because there was somebody who drafted the Lions tight end at 6, and I was drafting at 10. So I had 10 and then 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So I had 10 and 15. That's where I got Saquon and Jahmyr. And somebody at 6 or 5 drafted the Detroit tight end, and somebody else drafted a quarterback that early and everything. And I was just like, this is insane. What are these people doing? They clearly have no idea. And so I was able to, and I won that league. And I've never won the league before. I think I've made the championship once before, but other than that, I usually suck. I'm terrible at fantasy football. And so last year was actually fun for me because I finally won something. But yes, we definitely need a prize. And so I will make sure that happens with Brayden, whether it's we chip in money or we, and get a trophy.
I don't want to do much, but I think doing just something fun.
Okay. Should we also include an element for who finishes last?
That's usually what you do. So So one of my best friends from PT school, he lost his league last year, and the penalty was if you lost, you had to make a naked calendar of yourself and send it to everybody else, not to where you have to show your junk, but
right.
So he's one of the dudes that we do. We go on hikes monthly. Him and a couple other.
Was he the one that dropped his drawers out in public?
Yeah, he's like, hold on a sec. Here, take the phone. My other buddy grabs the phone, and we're like, what's going on? He jumps up on this big old boulder where we're hiking, and he drops his drawers and puts his arms out like this from behind. I'm just laughing. I'm like, what the F is happening right now? And if anybody in the valley had been looking up where we were hiking, they would have seen him very easily. And so he's got to take these pictures, the 12 pictures in different scenarios that are not hidden in your home. They're supposed to be out in public somewhere.
Okay, so that's a whole new element to it.
Drops his drawers and shows his butt. He still hasn't finished it. He went on a trip to Japan and he was like, I got to get one in Japan, but he never did it. He wussed out because he was like, he didn't want to get arrested or something like that. Japan.
That is hilarious. That's a wise idea not to get, in jail in Japan. Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, it's no Singapore, but still.
Right.
You never know.
Right. Yeah, no, we'll do that. I'll talk to him about being on the next episode, and then I'll talk to him about making sure that we have a winner and a loser kind of thing this year for everybody involved. Obviously, we'll have to, with Brantley still playing and everything, we'll have to make sure it's something that even he could handle if we're going to do it.
So listeners, we need some ideas for penalties for the loser. All
Yes.
4 of you who might be out there, if you see this episode and you're still watching an hour and 8
So when
minutes
you
in,
two guys watch this episode back, put in some suggestions.
create different profiles.
Right. I should do that. I wonder if AI will do that for me.
Probably
Create
does
these
that.
AI dudes to follow us and make us
Bots.
popular. Yeah, create my own bots for this. That'd be awesome. Awesome. Just out of curiosity, have you guys heard of any cool movies that are coming up in the next few months? Since we usually talk about money.
I went and saw one of the worst movies of all time yesterday.
What was
Superman.
that? Oh, was that
Cobra.
bad, huh?
G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra.
Yeah, part 3.
Heidi and Will went and saw it. They both liked it. I didn't go.
Oof. I thought it was absolutely dreadful. I thought it was absolutely terrible.
Wow.
So bad.
I
Like,
mean,
one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Superdog in the trailers.
From the very beginning, it made
And
no
we
sense.
get a bark right as
My
she-
dog must.
That was good.
Chester's like, hey,
That
screw
was
you.
good.
Screw you. That's what that was. Screw you.
That was
my
awesome.
gosh. I mean, if you want to watch Superman get his butt kicked for 2.5 hours, sure.
Which
But-
I
Seriously?
Oh yeah. Oh no, he gets his butt kicked like the entire.
Wow. All right. Well, that's one way to do it, I guess. Interesting.
He's no
And
Henry
Lex
Cavill.
Luthor was. I don't even know what he was. The whole thing was just made no sense.
Dude, that's
I mean,
DC. They can't pull their heads out of their butts. to
James
save their
Gunn
lives.
directed it, wrote and directed it. It was absolute trash and a little bit psychotic, honestly. And
Psychedelic.
he turned his parents into. So the message that they sent with Superman when they sent him as a baby to Earth. Do you want me to tell you like what really got me going?
You're not gonna like spoil anything for me.
Hey, if
Spoiler
anybody's
alert.
gonna watch this,
Yes.
if anybody's gonna watch it, fast forward whatever, 15
Yes.
seconds. The message that they sent is for Superman to basically take over Earth and kill everybody.
Smart.
All right. And do what with
It's
it?
like no, it was like
He's got a whole
not
planet
to
to
serve,
himself.
not to like, serve. I don't know what the original message was, but it's like, be a good man and live amongst them and serve them and help whatever. No, it's like they're weak.
Wow.
You could kill them all pretty easily, but he never saw that part of the message until like none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. It was
Cal said that?
dreadful. Yeah, who's played by Bradley Cooper.
What?
L.
Yes, which was so weird.
Isn't Kal-El Superman?
Yeah, Jor-El
No.
is his dad.
Oh, Jor-El,
Right.
that's
My bad.
Yeah.
Wrong guy. Okay.
Anyway.
Wrong L.
Wrong L.
I mean, it's
Yes.
gotten really
What
good
the
reviews
L?
on Rotten Tomatoes, which was
Really?
like, yeah. I was like,
That's
this movie
wild.
is so. I didn't. Yeah, I wanted to walk out. I almost walked out.
Damn. That says a lot. I mean, the last time you walked out, I think it was a movie
I like
with
a
Queen
lot of-
Latifah in it, right?
Probably.
Oh, no. We stay for those.
I don't even remember
Just
the
to
last
watch
movie
your
she was in.
reaction.
Hey, I had to get her in there somehow. You guys weren't picking up the ball this time. Like, I was a little
True,
disappointed
true.
she hadn't come up yet. So,
I don't know what other good.
I just didn't know if there was any big fall stuff. What kind of ratings did the Jurassic movie that just came out get? Like, were they trash or was it?
I think it's getting like 70-something%. We went and saw it. I'm like, we went and saw it because there's nothing else to do and because there's food at the theater. It's one of
It
those.
boggles
like,
my mind
sit
how
down.
expensive it is to make these movies and how bad 90% of them are.
You know what
and
blows
how
my mind?
expensive it is to
Blockbuster
attend
genre.
them.
Yes. But you know what else blows my mind is literally like the fact that nobody can come up with a new idea. Like nothing. And you know what's crazy is if you just study history, like I don't know if you could count it as a new idea, but there are cool stories in history that people have not made movies of yet. There's a lot of stuff out there. And I
There's
don't know
tons.
why people can't grab some of that and be like, this is amazing. Let's make a movie about this and stuff. And I don't know. It's the fact that everything is like a 2, 3, or 4 at this point. Like nobody's creating anything new, So
I don't
To
know
a
what a
certain
2,
extent, I
3,
think
or
you
4
have to-
means.
Sequel.
sequels. It's all sequels. Everybody's making sequels.
I thought you meant like out of 10.
No. They're making
They
sequels.
could be a 5. They could be a 6. Yeah,
But that's what it feels like to me is every time I hear a new movie's coming out, it's a sequel to something that's already been out, I mean, how many times are we going to beat this dinosaur thing to death? Like, I'm like, the first one wasn't good. You know, I was like, why are we doing 6 of these? Like, what are we doing right now?
They don't care. It makes $1 billion every time they release a new one, so they just don't care.
Yeah, it's wow. That's rough. So I even feel like, you know, to your guys' point, like Star Wars, the whole Star Wars universe thing, like, come on, somebody come up with a new story. Like, just take us into a different part of the universe and
So
like, you know,
I
do
think that's
something.
happening. It's happening in shows on the streaming services. You have some of the best shows that have ever been made, but they're in show format rather than in the long, feature film format. I mean, some of the shows that are on the streaming services are absolutely incredible. The Bear was super good. Ted
I thought you didn't
Lasso,
like The Bear.
Shrinking. Me?
No, that was
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it. I just couldn't get into it. I didn't
I mean, the Bears.
the
The
Bears
storytelling is
The Bear's
so good.
incredible. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
there are
everybody
shows
liked
like
it.
that on every series. The Last of Us is another one. I mean, there are series like The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. Holy freaking crap! I mean, like the first few seasons of that were it got a little sort of towards the last couple seasons, but like there are so many of those shows that are so freaking good. If you've never watched Dairy Girls on Netflix,
I've seen that.
it is hilarious.
Yes, it's
Set
hysterical.
in 1980s Ireland,
Yes.
Northern Ireland. It is
Yeah.
so freaking funny.
Agreed.
And I mean, shows that, yeah, anyway, so I feel like, who would think that you could make a really interesting show out of chefs in a kitchen that are dealing with their family drama, family history. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, so that's where your new ideas are occurring and they're happening in these shows rather than in feature films that it just doesn't seem like anybody. Though I guess some friends were talking about Mickey 17 the other day. It's got Robert Pattinson in it. It's
Mhm.
on HBO Max. I haven't seen. I started it. I got like 2 minutes in, and I was like, "Man, boy." And but apparently it's quite good. So I don't know. I just think I think the real good stuff is coming out of these smaller studios, and the big studios they're their own form of dinosaur.
Yeah.
To tie it all back into.
No, that makes sense, you know. The best stuff I've been seeing, like you said, is been on, you know, like streaming services and stuff. Like even for as dark as it was, like Peaky Blinders was incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like that's an incredible show. And it's so good that like I had to take breaks from watching it. It's so dark. You know, like I had to like I could watch an episode, but then I'd better go watch something else that was like cartoonish in
Yeah,
order to
yeah.
like cleanse my soul from it. But like that's a visceral reaction that you want when you watch something. You know what I mean? Like you want to get that involved in it. And so, you know, like that show was good. Obviously the
Like Breaking Bad, Better Call
Breaking
Saul,
Bad,
stuff like
you
that.
know, yeah, exactly. All that stuff's been really, really good and everything. So I agree. It seems to be I think that's a great point that it's the smaller studios and stuff that are creating, you know, everything.
I think there's more freedom with it too. Like they have more freedom to do things that they didn't ever used to do. And I think the same thing's happening with podcasts. Like it can be really difficult to there's so many podcasts now like that it's hard to really filter and find ones that are incredible. The
Right.
ones that that are their production quality is freaking incredible and the content's awesome,
Right.
like so I don't know.
But then they're, you know, they're able to be like, you know, the Kelsey brothers and get whoever they want on their freaking show. You know what I mean? Like
Sure, yeah.
that's, you know, that helps. I bet you there's a ton of like really good stuff out there that people don't even hardly know about because it's, you know,
It's hard to find. Yeah.
it's not us per se, but like it's chumps like us who are just trying to do their thing and it's hard to find, you know, like you said, it's not something that's, you know, so that'd be interesting to find something like that to really latch onto. But anyway, well, we have been definitely over an hour today, so definitely appreciate everybody, meaning the three of us, listening to ourselves for another episode of Brothers Trippin'. And if you've got to have the new helmets, just head over to HelmetNation.com. So with the new alternates on the horizon, check us out. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, which I need to get that going. And hit us up on YouTube or Instagram to see, and then we'll drop this episode in the next week, and we'll go from there.
What does that say? What's this word?
Yes, sometimes this stuff gets written, and I read through it, and then I'm reading it off the prompter, and I'm like, what the heck am I saying right now? Anyway.
Did you even list the website?
Well, the website is
HelmetNation.com.
HelmetNation.com. Didn't I say that?
I don't know if you actually said the website.
Okay.
Maybe I just wasn't listening then.
So, anyway.
Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
All right. We'll see you guys next week, gentlemen.
Bye.